Dangerous radio. Dangerous radio. Check, check, check. Dangerous radio. Oh, are we going?
I was recording this because you said you were gonna do that behind the scenes thing.
Are we on?
Yeah.
No, I mean you gotta get this thing going here. We're going. So you can edit this stuff off of years later.
Okay.
Fucking better. Alright, give me a countdown here.
Alright.
We can't afford a countdown?
No, I'll just have to do it myself.
Look, just record from this point. This is garbage. I feel like I'm working with Alvin and damn chipmunks in here.
I always gotta do something.
I was about to do the intro. Why are you talking? Am I starting?
No, because I'm exporting that as a behind the scenes clip.
Just give me a point or something. I don't record. You said you knew what you were doing, man.
I do. I'll put Christian Bale. Alright.
Christian Bale goes dangerous brain. He doesn't.
You want me to point at you and
Give me a point, man. Just give me a point. We know we're on the air here. Alright. Here we are. Episode number 2. The revolution continues right here on Dangerous Radio. This is a resistance against the globalist wrestling elite. Alright. See, we got a nice program here for you this time. Episode number 2. It appears that some people liked the first episode, but others didn't. So, to the ones that didn't, I'm not allowed to say what I want to say. We're going to get right into it here. You know, we're going to call this segment the world title debate. Because apparently there's a slight debate on what the world's heavyweight championship really is. Now, the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship is the World's Heavyweight Championship. There's just no question. It's the only legitimate World's Heavyweight Championship. Now, all these globalist titles you see on TV, pay-per-view, or wherever it is you see these things, these are all offshoots. These are copies, complete rip-offs of the real World's Heavyweight Championship. So I just want to get all that straightened out before we really get into it here today. You know, the magazines, they say the same thing. They don't have proper representation of the National Wrestling Alliance in these magazines. That's because these are globalist funded magazines. The dirt sheets are globalist funded. Half of the internet wrestling community is now globalist funded. They just don't tell you this. These are almost facts. Let me break it down for you. 67 years ago, 1948. Is that right? I have to ask my producer. He'll get a calculator. I don't care. The National Wrestling Alliance organized the sport of professional wrestling.
67 years is 58.
Shut up. And it's not for, if not for the National Wrestling Alliance, there'd be no professional wrestling in the United States. There'd be nothing. There'd be no t-shirts. There'd be no little foam fingers giving you a finger in the audience. It wouldn't be none of that. There would be no merchandise stands. There would be no 8x10s with the signatures. If not for the National Wrestling Alliance. I don't care what happened in the 80s. The National Wrestling Alliance did it first. That's just the bottom line, people. And see, nobody can get organized until a group of 5 genius promoters got together and sliced up the pie that is the American territories in the National Wrestling Alliance. Know your history, folks. Know your history. And apparently know your math.
And actually, it was 48, I'm sorry, sir.
Damn right. why you're not supposed to argue with me. And that's what I'm telling you, folks. The NWA, not Ninjas with Attitude, the National Wrestling Alliance. They started it all. If not for the National Wrestling Alliance, your globalist friends would not exist. Now, I'm not blaming the National Wrestling Alliance. See, they weren't in the power they should have been when the globalists took over. But this is a new era. This is a new day. This is I'm not even going to say that anymore. This is a new era for professional wrestling. This is where we're firing the first shots at these globalist elite to let them know that we're not going to take it. We're not going to fall for this stuff. We're not going to eat and drink your mind altering concessions. I'm telling you, folks, since some of this news here I'm getting, I don't know if you get the same news. I get this news. It's in the food. It's in the drinks. And see, Al Half, Tony Stretcher, Harry Light, Orville Brown, Sam Munchnick. That was the first board of directors. And if anyone crossed lines back then, asses were kicked, territories were represented, territories were protected. That was wrestling. See? You're sitting in the church of the dangerous brain right now. My producer's looking at me like I'm completely insane.
Are you trying to compare professional wrestling to turf war?
Yes, I am. Because that's what it is. This is a war. There's a war on for the professional wrestling fans' minds. That's what this is about. People don't just want to go out and buy this goofy stuff, these t-shirts, with their favorite Hollywood movie star. I personally believe it's in the drinks, it's in the popcorn, it's in the air that you're breathing in some of these arenas. I believe they might be pumping in some kind of funky, mind-altering chemical in the very air, and then you buy it, and then you pay for the pay-per-view. You pay for their special channel. Wake up, people. I'm telling you, we're almost back. And I don't care what promotion starts out where, if they don't involve the National Wrestling Alliance in some way, shape, or form, their title means nothing. I don't care if it's a U.S. I don't care if they call it a global title. It means nothing without the National Wrestling Alliance. And if you argue with me, you're a nut. Completely off your rocker. And maybe you should be listening to another show. But I advise you to stay tuned in to Dangerous Radio, because this is where you're going to get the almost facts, people. And the globalists try to distract you from the facts. You know, they give you something happening over here, and then they give you big, bright, colorful t-shirts over here. And they distract you from what's really going on over here. That's how the globalist scheme works. Bright colors, fruity t-shirts, Hollywood movie stars. And then they force it down your throat 2, 3, 4 times a week, or 24/7 if you bought the channel. And they have you hypnotized, drawn away from legitimate professional wrestling, the sport of professional wrestling, with the globalist scheme.
Don't you have the channel?
Shut up. See, this is why you don't hire a producer fresh out of high school. But this is all I can get. I'm out here in Canada right now, and These Canadians, they're weird people. They're strange. I don't personally understand them. People speak French. I can't stand the French. That's not the point. Where I'm at, what I'm doing. Just listen. Wake up. Open your eyes and ears to the globalist scam. What was I talking about? The world's title. I don't care how many pay-per-views a title's been on. If it's not the National Wrestling Alliance World Heavyweight Championship, the domed globe, it just doesn't count in my book. You can take your globalist Christmas ornament hanging on a tree once a year, and then I'm tired of seeing it. You're being controlled, people. I'm here to help you. I'm here to save you, wake you up. I'm here to tell the people. So, if you've been listening for the past couple of years, before I had to resort to this radio show, you would know that. I've been trying to tell the people I represent you, the wrestling fan, against the globalist elite. Alright. I'm gonna cut to some sponsors here. We got some new sponsors this week. Our first sponsor here, let's see what we got on my desk here. The Quake Weight, the Amish built shake weight alternative. You can find it at your local Amish market, built by Mennonites for Mennonites. That's great. These people are great. These are the people that are funding the show right now. Canada Joe's elk repellent. Spray it on trees, camping gear, around your trash cans, or even on yourself to enjoy outdoor activities without having the nuisance of elks buzzing in your ears or even attacking you. You can pick up Canada Jones elk repellent at your local outdoor suppliers. And now it comes in new car pine tree and cool water scented formulas, so keep those pesky elk away. Canada Joe's elk repellent. Who makes this stuff? Never mind. There you go. Canada Joe. And you know what? I stand behind every product I plug here, people. Every one of them. From the shoes on my feet to the various Hawaiian shirts I put on my back, to the water in my cup. This is organic water. I make it myself.
Dude, is that pee?
It's not pee. Look, just produce. No, it's not pee. Catch it in a 5-gallon drum, freeze it, boil it, freeze it again. Then I have lemon juice from lemons I have shipped in from Germany. It's very expensive, but I know a guy. Okay, I want to get back to the news. Actually, you know what? I want to talk about this special report we have upcoming. This is huge, because again, this is part of the globalist scheme. They want to distract you and they want to keep the facts hidden from you. Now, we've all heard of it, and for years, hundreds of professional wrestlers have hailed from this location. And yes, I'm calling it a location because it is indeed one location. I know this, and we're searching it out. We've recently searched for this location locally because we do believe it is possibly right here in Canada where I'm located, and we're gonna find it. And that way we're gonna shut down this globalist conspiracy to hide parts unknown by saying that it's just a fictional place. But see, I've seen the documents myself. I have reason to believe the parts unknown is indeed here. And the reason that they're keeping it hidden is because they don't want promoters or other affiliates to know where it's at, because They know that they can go there to book the greatest professional wrestlers in the world. They go to parts unknown. They're farming the greatest professional wrestlers from parts unknown, and that's why they want to keep it hidden from not only the fans. They want to keep it hidden from the promoters, independent promoters, NWA promoters. That way, they can't make it to parts unknown to find these wrestlers and book them. I'm telling you, I've seen the documents. It's the globalist wrestling elite scheme to hide talent from parts unknown and to keep others from knowing the location of parts unknown. I've seen pictures. I've seen it. Everyone wears face paint. All the traffic lights are neon. I've seen it. They all yell at each other, even having a regular conversation in parts unknown.
You saw all that in pictures?
In pictures.
Conversations in pictures?
You should see their faces.
But conversations.
You know somebody yelling when you see it. Don't argue with me. I'm telling you, these are almost facts. Your job is to produce while I tell the people, because the people need to know. Parts unknown. I've seen it. Women are hairy. The cops wear lucha hoods. I've seen it. And I heard the residents there are fighting for legalization of folding chairs, actually, for personal use. Just to sit down. They can't sit down in chairs, in metal folding chairs in parts unknown. So they're fighting for legalization there. That's a whole other story, and that's one of the reasons we want to locate parts unknown, interview the people, find out more about the legalization of folding chairs in parts unknown.
If parts unknown were just part of some sort of globalist conspiracy, then why would there be civilians living in it?
Well, think about it. If you live your life wearing face paint and yelling at people, would you want to leave and go amongst the regular world? No, you want to stay in parts unknown.
No, but you said that's where they're farming the next best wrestlers. So why would you even bother having civilians there?
Why are you arguing with the facts? Parts unknown exists. People wear face paint. Traffic lights are all neon colors. And I don't think anybody stops anyway. I've seen the pictures. The looks on their faces, they're yelling at each other on street corners, at the ATMs. There's arm tassel salesmen. Don't argue with me. Produce. I hired you to produce and empty the 5-gallon drum of water that I have outside the door.
Seems like you already produced that.
That's alright. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Alright. You know, I got the results in from NWA Texoma's event in Sherman, Texas. I can't help but be a little disappointed first off, because first thing I'm going to go into is Jerome Daniels somehow was able to pull off a miracle and defeated Jake Logan. And yeah, I know I predicted Jake Logan to come in there, clean house, teach Langdon why he needs Jake Logan. It almost happened, but again, Jerome Daniels able to pull off a absolute miracle. And the fans at the show demanded it. The people demanded it. And once again, Robert Langdon decided to flex his power and try to keep this match from happening. But it happened anyway, Langdon. It happened anyway. Langdon. Oh, don't get me started on Langdon again. Again, that's all in my book. In my book, you can pick it up, soon to be published.
Wait, this is a book?
It is a book, Robert Langdon and Why He Stinks, an inside look at Robert Langdon.
It's like 10 pages.
It's a booklet.
And on every page it just has like 3 words. Robert Langdon sucks.
It's a pamphlet. It's an inside look at Robert Langdon by Dr. Thomas E. Guns. That's me, the Dangerous Brain, right here on Dangerous Radio. I need a new intern, so if anybody's looking for a job in the Canada area, I believe it's Eastern Canada, Southeastern Canada, somewhere. It's where they drop me off at, apparently. Give me a call.
I am the new way to go. I am the way of the future.